Hi guys, welcome to another video in this series of my over the board tournament. This is game 6, my 5th game, but I had one bye. So game 6 out of 6 in this Arnhem tournament in Arnhem in the Netherlands. So I was playing a young fella, 22 years old, 1601 rated, so it's my lowest rated opponent in this tournament. But by no means is that low for me, 1601. As I'm sitting at 1463, he's still 140 points higher than I am. And a young guy. I mean, all these young people, even younger than him, are really playing very, very well. So, and I was really getting tired. Which does influence in the outcome of the game. It's a very interesting game, and at certain points of the video I will ask you to pause it and see what you would do, because there's a lot to learn from it. And if you want to stick around to the end, there's a couple of positions which are really interesting. Obviously over the board you don't see what the options are, but I've put them into Stockfish, and yeah, there's some wild moves I could have played. But I didn't know how to, so let's dive straight in. Playing with white again. Was guessing maybe against the 1600 I have a little bit of a better chance with the stone wall. And yes, indeed, the other guys started with this and then straight away c5. So he's playing a little bit more normal. I was quite happy with this. Apparently, like the French kind of defense, blocking out his bishop is a good way to play against with the stone wall. Yes, he does push the c5, but now I can, yeah. So it's the same thing, but maybe a different order. So yeah, I'm getting my setup, and he challenges the bishop, and this is the strong bishop, and afterwards we analyzed together. He said he knew the stone wall and that this is a strong bishop, so he wanted to trade it straight away, and there was nothing I can do to stop it. Yes, I can defend it with my queen, but he's going to take it nevertheless, and by taking it at least I force him to move with his knight to an awkward square. And if he wants it to be a little bit more productive, he needs to move it away again, so he's losing a tempo. That's the reason why I took it. Then I bring my knight in, as you always do with the stone wall, and we're just shuffling stuff around. But with the bishop gone, and in hindsight I maybe I should have put my queen here first, because now this is a nice outpost for this knight. He actually does go there in a moment. Normally the bishop is there to prevent it, but now obviously with the bishop straighted off, that's no longer the case. But I had some attacking ideas, and then I'd have to get my queen here. So I didn't actually want to... Yeah, in hindsight it probably was the best thing to not go all defensive again and prevent him from coming in here. So he does so. I thought, like, you take me. Yeah, I don't want to take you and have a strong pawn here in the center, even though it's a double pawn then. Not at the moment anyway. In a while you'll see I'll do it, but that's because I think it was going to benefit me. I wanted to bring in my queen, but he was probably just going to trade it off. And with an attack going on, you don't want to trade. So I was going to push this pawn here, was my intention. And then he pushed it. And then I thought, like, this is a good moment to trade. Because now he needs to... how do you say this in English? Yeah, he needs to make some uncomfortable decisions with all these pawns. Because these pawns are all... It's a bit weakening here. Even though black is better, I was quite happy, and yeah, he needed to take this way, because if you take this way, you're gonna open up your king side. But now, yeah, before taking, okay, so he wants actually to take. Now, but I wanted to push my pawn here, so I can create like an opening for my queen, and that he can't trade the queens. And then he touched this knight, and I was quite happy with it, because I thought, or no, not just yet, not. Yes, yeah. He realized afterwards that he either should have done something differently, maybe take this knight with the bishop, or put the knight here. But he touched this knight, and he regretted this this move, but touched his move. And I would have held it. I would have told him to, yeah, you need to move it now, because he let go and thought for a while. Yeah, so he moved here, and okay, so it's actually still a drawing position. I take. He obviously can't. Yeah, now we're getting into some nice lines. He obviously can't take here because it's pinned, so he needs to take with the. Oh, this is his blunder. Yeah. Well, I thought. So this is what happened. He took the bishop. He took the knight, but it was a little bit too late. I thought he was going to take. Okay. So, so this line I was thinking doesn't actually work. I thought it was going to sacrifice. Okay, so yeah. He can't take because that's a checkmate. Yeah. Indeed, that's what I saw. And apparently he must have seen it, and yeah, and then you take there, and then you can take it with a check. That's going to be toast for him. Oh, it's not actually. It's still a drawing position. So he he saw ghosts whilst there weren't any. But I thought he needed to do this also, but that's a mistake. And I did consider going take this first, but we analyzed it afterwards, and that isn't gonna work because no, that's a lot better for black indeed. So I took, and now he has some difficult decisions to make, because if he just if he steps out, say, I don't know, whatever, here. Okay, I thought like this is just a decisive blow, but it's not actually. Okay, so it wasn't all that bad for him, but he says like just keep pushing, and still he needs to sacrifice, because then you can just sit here and go for a checkmate. Okay, so he decided to take the pawn, which he thought was more important to stop any checkmate threats. So that won me the piece. So I was really happy. And then he quite quickly offered me a draw, and I was like, nope, obviously not. But now, think from the perspective of black. How would you deal with this position? You're down a piece, and how are you gonna maybe survive this? Maybe get into a drawing position. So figure it out. Because my opponent played quite well, and I must say I didn't do all the right moves. As I said, I was a bit tired, and yeah. I just wanted to reroute my bishop to this square. In hindsight, apparently it's better to not have your bishop on the same colors as your pawns. And I should have put more emphasis on putting my pawns on the light squares. Yeah, I need to try to get my, which is a bit difficult, but maybe I should have. Okay, he needs to step away. What does the computer recommend? Okay, so maybe in hindsight I should have put my pawns on the dark squares. Is that gonna work? No, that's not. Okay, so not that one. But I needed to maybe get my pawns on somehow on light squares, so that he can't proceed to put the pawns on dark squares. Hang on, excuse me. I'm doing it the other way around. I need to get my pawns on dark squares, light squares. Yeah, I want to prevent him from putting his pawns on light squares, because I have a dark square bishop, so I can only take the pawns if they're on the dark squares. So if he manages to put all the pawns on light squares and block up the complete position, which is what will happen actually, then what are you gonna do? So a couple of moves. I'll show you what I'm trying to do. I was thinking maybe put pressure on this pawn, but obviously he's got a rook and a king. And he's in the meantime, I'm just trying to figure out how can I get through, and he's in the meantime putting all his pawns on the light squares, and I failed to notice. See? There we go. Everything is bottled up. He did it very nicely. He's not 1600 for no reason. So, and he said, okay, draw, right? Very confidently, draw. I mean, and now I made a couple of moves. I first thought like, prevent him from pushing this pawn, and then maybe put some pressure on whatever way, but I didn't see it. And now we're just shuffling pieces up and down, and in and about and around and around. And yeah, I couldn't see it. The only thing I was thinking about, and at this moment I unfortunately accepted the draw. You obviously can't see. I was tired after 5 games, and I can't obviously push this pawn. That's just gonna be toast for me. I can't get my rooks into the game. My bishop is just a so-called fat pawn, because it can't do anything. I can go in here, but his rooks are always on the light squares, so no matter where I go, he can take me, and I can't take him. And my rooks can't get into. So the only thing, well, put your thinking cap on, and how can you break free? Because it is a winning position, but it's like a next level shit. And if you can figure it out, I think you're a really good chess player. So what could have I done? What could I have done in this position to win? So first I'm gonna explain to you what I was thinking, and afterwards I analyzed it with my opponent, and he actually, if I did go for it, I would have been able to win anyway, without the lines I'm going to show you in a minute. But what I was thinking about, he's moved, say if I move here, and he just keeps shuffling his pieces up and down on the light squares. Then if I go here, and if he keeps just shuffling around, and I go here. Yes. Yeah. I kind of figured he's going to see it. He's going to see that this pawn is pinned to the king, so I can take this pawn. But I told him that I accepted draw because I couldn't see anything, and the only that I saw one move, but I gathered because he saw everything I was doing, then he saw it. But afterwards, when we were sitting outside doing an analysis, he made this move. Yeah, so I should have tried. I guess this is just something I need to. I could have just taken, and then he's gonna move back, and then I can. I don't know. Yeah, so now I'm in. I mean, now I can. I don't know what. I'm not quite sure what to do still. But the position is a lot better. Actually, I think I probably would have exchanged rooks. He takes, I take, give up a pawn, and okay, now he's going to take. Oh, okay, so this is still a bit tricky. Go here. take. Oh, actually, maybe not. Maybe this way, because then he can't take this, and now he's going to take this. Yeah, he goes sit behind it. He goes here. I go sit behind it. He goes here. I start pushing. Yeah, this is completely winning. This is completely winning. So I should have tried. I could have won the game anyway, but I was just assuming he would see that. So at this position I said, okay, a draw it is. My bishop can't do anything. I can't get my rooks into the game. I don't see it, but there's a way. And if you haven't thought about it, just pause the video. So this is the way, or there's a couple of ways about it. And I'm gonna make the moves, and the computer is gonna show you the moves with blue arrows, which is the best move in that position. So I'm gonna assume that the opponent was making the best moves. I just need to think now for a moment. I think it doesn't really matter. My move. You need to bring your king into the game. That's pretty much what you need to do. Bring your king here. He moves about. I need to bring my bishop back again. He's going here. Now I'm going to bring my bishop here. King there. I'm going to bring my king in. He's going there. Then you need to bring your rook in here. Okay. So here they say oh, okay. So yeah. So okay, hang on. Yeah, see, this is the thing. I mean, I would have never been able to see these lines, and even if I had any idea, I probably wouldn't have tried, because it's so next level for me that even with doing it now, you can already see he can just win my bishop, and I can't take it because he can win my rook. So I would have, before doing this, I can go here, yes. Then he goes there. Yeah. Then I'd have to bring my rook here. Then he goes here, for example. Then I bring my rook in to the game. Then he goes here. And then, what is the move? Okay, stop his recommends going here, but I think sacrifice your rook. He takes, I take, he goes here, I take, he checks, you're giving him a pass pawn. But now you got a clear pass pawn. Yes, he also does, but let's have a look. But this is the way about it. Then you go here, rook needs to move. Go here to block it. So there are many lines. I saw some different lines yesterday. And then I think you start pushing the pawns. Okay, first this, because this one is defended. He needs to go try to grab these pawns, but my rook is sitting there. Then I go in. He starts pushing. Stockfish doesn't even care about taking this pawn. Is there a reason behind it? If I take it, oh, okay. I'm pinning my bishop to the king. Okay, so that wasn't to the rook. So he's just pushing and just push. He pushes, can't go anywhere. You just push. And he needs to sacrifice. And you won back the rook, which you sacrificed. And now he's sitting behind here, but you can just push the pawn. Okay, first. So why would I take this pawn and give up that pawn? I think this is better. Okay, then he goes there, and then I can grab this pawn. Yeah. He goes there. Check. Go there. He goes there. I go there. He goes there. Okay, he needs to guard this pawn, and this is like always a really good position with the pawn and the bishop, because neither of them can be touched unless you want to sacrifice something. He's saying, yeah, just start pushing the pawn. Go back here. Check. Go there. Go there. Yeah, he goes back again, so that's a bit... what about here? Oh, then he can sit there. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you... okay. This is fine. So you see, it was still a bit difficult. And here. Check. Oh, then he needs to sacrifice. Okay, but even if he would have taken this, this is just yeah, so this is the way. So I had to sacrifice a rook for 2 pawns, with the risk of having a pass pawn on the h file. So yeah, and as you could see, it was still tricky to make the right moves, and not. It was easy. I could easily fumble something. So yeah, quite happy that I got a draw. I think. Yeah, so there was more to be gained, but the draw is not bad for me against a 1600 rated player. So, all right. So hopefully you learned something from it. I did anyway, specifically with looking at the analysis. And so this was the last round. So overall, I got 1.5. Well, I had a bye, so you get a half point for a bye, so 2 points out of 6 games. So 1.5 points out of 5 games, but I had 3 players of 1740, 7060, 7070. So unluckily, I could have drawn 2 of those against 2 of those higher rated opponents if I didn't make a huge blunder by giving away a rook, or like a positional mistake with pushing the pawn and giving away a draw. But you live and you learn. So I played with 71% one game, 75 another game, 81, 86 and 78 or something. So yeah, overall I'm quite happy with my achievement, specifically that I entertained these higher rated opponents for 3.5 to 4 hours, which I think is an achievement already. So anyway, this is it for today for the tournament. No tournaments for the rest of the year as far as I know. I'm gonna give it a break. Next year, probably in May, there's like a rapid tournament, and then in the summertime next year again I'm gonna be playing some over the board games. For now I'm just gonna stick to the competitions. 2 competitions during the week at my local chess club, and putting some more emphasis on my rapid improvement on chess.com. Alright, thanks again and see you later. Bye bye.